By following the steps in this video, you will create a Twitter account and learn how to follow people inside Twitter. We will be using Twitter during the CDLI training on December the 1st. When you open up your browser, just type at the top twitter.com to go to this website. Once you're here, you're going to click the sign up button in the top right-hand corner and complete the information that is asked. The email you have here needs to be one you have not used for Twitter before. It should also be your school email. Because mine's already used, I'm using one that I used a long time ago with SC Schools. I am actually going to put in a password here, and I'm going to uncheck Tailor Twitter based on my recent website visits. Twitter can be a little overwhelming at the beginning, and you'll see that shortly. And the more it tries to tailor, the more questions it asks, and our main focus is to get the account created today. So once you've completed this information, click the sign up button. Here is asking for a phone number because it wants to verify who you are. So you'll have to use a smartphone number or a phone where you can get text. So I'm going to use my work phone. And I'm going to type in the right number so I get it. Get the text message. Click send code. And now I'm going to wait on my cell phone to send that code so I can verify that I am who I say I am. It really shouldn't take but just a second. And here we go. So I have a Twitter confirmation number that I'm going to type right here. And click submit. Now here it's asking me to set up my Twitter handle is what they call this part right here. And because I used the FCS sandraaskew@gmail.com, I'm going to use a handle that's as close to that one as I can get. So I'm going to go ahead and choose this FCS_Sandra. And it gives me the little checkbox saying that is available. So I'm going to click next. And we're going to let's go. Now, at this point, they're trying to figure out what kind of things you would like to see in your Twitter feed because Twitter will make suggestions for things. So I'm just going to go through here and click a couple of choices. And click continue. At this point, they're trying to suggest people that I may know based on those choices that I just made. I'm going to uncheck these because I probably don't want to follow those 40 people. And I'm going to just go through this list. Miley Ray Cyrus is not one that I'm going to look at. Lewisburg Athletics. I'm assigned to Lewisburg High School, so I want to see what they've got going on. I'm going to scroll on down. This Sandra Askew is my personal account with Twitter. I'm going to go on past that one. Here's my work account with Twitter with the FCS on the end, so I'm going to do that one. LHS Media is Miss Frisbee. Let me see if I can find a couple more people here. Natalie Wheeler. She's one of the tech facilitators assigned at Lewisburg Elementary. So I'm going to click just those few, and at the top I'm going to click follow for and continue. And I'm not done. Now I'm going to skip this step to upload the photo. You can do this later on. For right now, I'm just going to show up as an egg. So at any point, if you want to skip the step it's asking you to complete, you should get a skip this step now. Find people that I know. Here again, it's trying to find all of my contacts and it's wanting me to connect an account. I'm going to skip this step for now. And then here we go, 20 more people. I'm going to deselect these folks and I'm going to follow FCS Tech and Media. Mr. Sheldon is one of the teachers at Lewisburg High School. Kelly Meyering is one of my co-workers in the technology department. Kathy Palmer is another co-worker. I'm going to scroll on down. Oh, and of course, I want to follow Lewisburg High School. And we're going to get back to Chuck Elliott in just a second. So click follow 5 and continue. And hopefully at this point, we've got a Twitter page. Now, the top section up here in this yellow or orange, they actually send an email to that Gmail address. And at some point, I need to log into that Gmail address and verify that I can get into that email address and I am who Twitter thinks I am. And that orange bar will go away. Now, when you look at this Twitter page here, you'll always have suggestions to follow over here on the right. Over here on the left is my account. This is where I'll change and put in the picture that I want. It doesn't have to be a picture of me, but when I put a picture right here, my little egg will go away, and I will be whatever picture that I need. You can see over here, my personal one is an egg with worms. The FCS Tech accounts, Franklin County with the FCS in it. So that's the picture that it wants at that point in time. Now, once I get into my Twitter account and I want to follow somebody, this is where we're going to go back to Mr. Elliott. If I go up here and type Charles Elliott, and I have to spell it right, I don't see anybody that looks like it might be the Elliott that I know. Some of you may know him as Chuck Elliott. And here again, I've got to type it right, but I'm not real sure about that one. So if you don't know the person, but you know they're on Twitter, you can send them a quick email or call them and ask them what their handle is. I happen to know that Charles is Mr. Chuck Elliott. And there he is. And I'm going to click on him. And right here, when I go to his page, because I can find him, I can verify that that's who I think it is. And we have some people in common over here. Over to the right, I click the follow button. And now I'm following him. And here are some other accounts that we can look at. You can go through and see who Mr. Elliott is following. Now I'm going to go over here and click on the home button in the top left-hand corner and go back to my page. And at this point, I'm going to go ahead and tweet. Click on the tweet button. And I'm going to type in setting up a new... I'm going to do a hashtag. Hashtags are topics that can be followed by other people. Hashtag Twitter, and you see it populates down here, so you can use some that are already created, or you can create your own. We're going to use setting up a new hashtag Twitter for hashtag CDLI 2015 is the hashtag we used at our Coaching Digital Learning Institute at the Friday Institute. And I'm going to mention at FC Schools. And for that one, you just need to know whatever the handle is. And this one is the one for Franklin County Schools. I can also mention Empowered. FC. Okay, and once I get far enough, that can be the account for that one, the handle for that one. Everyone needs a Twitter account. And then I'm just going to click down here and tweet. And that'll be my first tweet. Now, at this point, we'll give you some more instructions on how to use Twitter and what you need to do with it. But for right now, your account is set up, and we just need you to confirm that email to get it ready. In the top right-hand corner where I have my egg, I'm going to click there, and I'm going to log out, and you guys have a nice day.